Antigua people, New York people, JA people, Miami people, Canada people, all people come Antigua. Cause of what? Little Tokyo 2024. Cody, you're on the stage again.
Live and great to be back.
Now
the Displacement Podcast.
You know.
Yo, the podcast come a long way now. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. Very, very, very impressed. I need to get that on record that I am impressed.
And I appreciate the forward. Real thing. But if it's about look at Tokyo 2024,
right?
Big event, everybody look forward. Plenty of people understand from the little chit chat are flying. Tell us what we expect this year from the crowd.
The expectation, it has tiers.
Yeah.
So let me explain what I mean when I say it has tiers.
Yeah.
For certain people, the expectation goes over and beyond because that is what we expect of them and nothing less.
Right.
There are people in this country that aim to just go over the top every time, every chance, every attempt. That's what we expect from them. And I expect this coming Sunday, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. See, there are some projects making their way to the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium parking lot this Sunday.
From what time?
Gates are open.
Yeah.
Before 12, actually. Because this year, what we did, we implemented a car show section. Now, Little Tokyo has always been a car meet. It's the island-wide car meet. It's a place where enthusiasts, we use the word car meet, but every automobile is welcome. You have your cars, you have your bicycles, you have your motorbikes, you have your SUVs, just all your enthusiasts on island. This is a day for us. You have food fair.
Yeah.
A day for people that love food. You have carnival. You have the people that love carnival. You have Christmas. You have Halloween. You have Little Tokyo. That is not officially a holiday yet, but it's going to feel like a holiday. It's the one place you can go and feel like yourself as a lover of the automotive environment.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
We get what you mean.
You
create that space, the environment.
in that environment where everyone is just like you, right. AKA a gearhead.
True.
You know what I mean?
Motorhead.
You're not like
petrol head.
You're not like what was that? The Pablo Escobar that reference when he's in the swimming pool because he's just there and nobody want to talk about cars with him.
But everybody in the pool.
Everybody. that's not the feeling you're going to get when you're at Little Tokyo, because guess what? Everyone with the same interest as you is right there. That's the place for you. And just like you mentioned, that is the atmosphere we have built over the years with the help of the good Antigua and Barbuda people. And trust me, this year is going to be nothing short of amazing.
Now, over the years, somehow you've managed to bring in a lot of well-known names from the international scene.
That's
this
right.
year, I spot the flyer earlier and I see some big names. Tell us about some of the big names that are going to be there this year.
So, of course, we have Frank from Downstar. Downstar, if you're familiar with people changing up their bolts, the engine bay dress-up kits with all the different nice bolts, he is one of the main creators behind that. And also, Frank is a judge for us on the judging panel for the car show section. Frank has a very mean and keen eye for detail. That is why Frank is one of the judges that we selected, because we've been monitoring how he went about doing his own projects.
Nice.
Just going to the different car shows. And I guess that's where his idea came from, creating the bolts, because he just wanted to be different with his engine bay and so on. So Frank, hats off, big shout out to Downstar for coming on board. Never been to the island before. This is our intro. Of course, we use Little Tokyo as a mean of automotive tourism. We are big on that the automotive tourism.
Yeah. And you've coined that term.
And we've coined that term. And we've actually seen and heard it being used everywhere else.
I know, right?
You know what I mean? But trust me, automotive tourism is real, and we see it year in, year out. And of course, once again, big shout out to Frank. All he did was just browse like previous stuff from Little Tokyo. And he's like, no, man, this island is fire.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's what I've been trying to tell you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Come and see for yourself. So big shout out once again. And of course, we have Kev. So Kev is one of the ultimate Nissan guys. Ultimate. He has a showstopper Silvia S14 with a gold-plated engine bay. One car shows after car shows after car shows. Another person with a mean and keen eye for detail.
Yeah.
That is the quality we look for when it comes to judging, because you want, when you leave from Little Tokyo, you want to feel like, look, I could take this person's advice because this person knows what they're saying when they say, I came second, or I came first, or I came third. You want to be okay and comfortable with the judge's decision because you respect the person because of their background, because of what they're capable of.
So we're up in the standard where people you remove the doubt to say, well, maybe them mans don't know them talk about. Maybe them guys only ever dealt on this level. We're bringing international standards.
You people who know exactly what to look for.
Yeah.
This event, we made sure there was a criteria for you to review and browse to get yourself focused and ready for this event in advance.
And that's the car show.
That's the car show section.
Okay.
The car show section is going to be judged out of 50 points.
Okay.
So you get your interior points, your engine bay points, there's points of presentation, there's points for, I need to run through the list just so I could, refresh. But there's a points for cleanliness, overall cleanliness. It's each one is out of 10.
Okay.
And the judges is going to give you a score out of 50.
So you think we're gonna have some close competitions, or you peep somebody garage already and you think something special out there?
When I'm peeping the garages, what we should always mention in Antigua, we have 3 sets of people. It could be 4, but let me tackle the 3 that I'm referring to, right? You have the people who they're just not into showing off their vehicle. It stays home.
Okay.
That's just not them. They don't mind you coming and taking pictures, or sometimes they do mind you coming and taking pictures.
Is there artwork at home that they
just
enjoy?
For them.
Yeah,
right.
That's just for them.
Hold on, Cody. I tell them on the same thing now. I told them, listen, there are some people that buy their car and they just put them in the house or the garage, and every Sunday just roll it out in the pot, wash it down, dry it, roll it back in.
Yeah.
And they're comfortable with that.
Yeah, that's it.
Everybody to see.
That's it. Now, I find people like sometimes maybe attack these people like, no, you don't see Little Tokyo happening, why you're not going, whatever.
Yeah.
But you have to respect a man's decision. That's
his property as well.
His property. He or she, I should say, because there are females also in the game.
Yeah.
They spent their own money for their machines and they enjoy them how they see fit. These events are really put on for the other 2 that we're about to mention. The people who build to inspire. And the only way they do so is when they showcase it on this type of platform. Because that's why we have the influencers from outside. We try our best to shop around the different parts of the planet, who's hot, and see how we could get Antigua and Barbuda content out there. That's really why we do the event now. We try to get the content out there because we just never know. You never know.
True.
So year in, year out, we try our best just to see how we could get the content out there, get the people's their craft, their weapons they have here, how it stacks up against anybody else on any other Caribbean country. Maybe somewhere in the United States, somewhere in Europe, somewhere in Australia. You just never know. You might have something and think, just a little, But then we put it on the internet, and then before you know it, people are asking you 1,000,001 questions. How you did this? How you did that? You took it for granted, but you had or have something that is worth it to somebody else. And the only how they're going to know this is when you come to Little Tokyo and allow us to put that out there for you. And when I say us, I mean Antigua Streets, the Displacement Podcast, the Nick Lou, the Nice Ones, you name it. Octane Signature, big shout out to Octane Signature, Break and Brunch. You know what I mean? Like, this is what we love, taking the content and putting it out there. That's why we do it, because we love to do it.
It's sharing the experience and that love with everybody.
And there's nothing wrong sharing our beaches, because they are beautiful.
That's true.
The beaches are beautiful. Once you get here, there's no denying the fact that the people here are actually really nice. So when tourists interact with people, they realize, okay, we have a lot more to offer than the beaches. But we're dealing with the automotive tourism side. We're giving you automotive tourism. So that is what we try to do. Everyone has their niche and their little place here on this island. The people who are going to tell you about the beaches, they're going to tell you about the beaches. The people who will tell you about they'll tell you about that. The sports, all the talent we have here on the island. Yes, but our job, our focus now is we're automobiles.
Automotive.
That's what we're here to tell you about. We're on display. We'll give you some of the best bikes we have on the island. And we wouldn't say all. We'll never say all. When you come to Little Tokyo, you're getting a piece.
That's so true.
You're getting a piece of what the island has to offer. Every single time you get a piece of what the island has to offer. And that is why it's so important to keep hosting the event, and also to keep inspiring. And again, when I say inspire, because sometimes I just get knocked down for saying inspire the youths in taking care of their vehicle, but they like to say, oh, but you shouldn't tell them to spend all their money in cars, you should tell them to invest in this, you should tell them, and it's like telling them never to have a hobby. You know what I mean? Of course, they go to school, they go through the elementary system, the education system, and they're nurtured the same way. Same with family, instilling the necessary rights and the way they should come up as adults.
Right.
They get all of that.
I value you. Who are you to determine what's valuable to that person? You understand? If they're living their life according to the good book and that's what they want the investment, so be it.
You're talking about children who are seeing YouTubers go ham on the internet and making a living. You know what I mean? Like people who are collecting baseball cards and you know what I mean? Like everybody.
True. So what's interesting for me is last Little Tokyo, when those kids were walking over from car to car, kids are calling the car by them chassis number.
By the chassis.
Listen, I didn't even know. So I'm looking at us like, yo, what the picky they got to talk about?
Antigua Streets changed that. Let me tell you how.
Hold on. Before you tell me how, you have to tell me about the
third set of people.
Yeah, the third set of people. The one that
the one that just okay.
Yeah, and right, the second one that we just explained what it is.
All right. This particular set, the business about nothing else but competition. Just want to be the best.
True. They're there for the trophy.
They're there to win. Hands down. They're just competition bred. If they own a particular vehicle, it has to be the best one. That you know what I mean? By any means necessary. All out.
Mastermind.
Head honcho.
Yeah.
That the goal, the mission. That person.
The chassis number.
From the chassis numbers. Let me tell you where the switch came from.
Yeah.
Have to put this on record. 2010, we used to have something called a People's Choice, where the cell companies would sponsor the event And then you would have been able to vote for your favorite chassis. So in 2010, 2011, 2012, you were voting for your favorite chassis. So when it came to judging, if you're voting for the DC2, voting for EG Hatch, you're voting
EP,
DC5, we kind of instilled the chassis codes like it was Bible, like it was your multiplication. And until over the years, you realize people recite them chassis numbers so much. Antigua, one of the only islands that the kids can get the chassis codes off the rip. It will sound like foreign language to a lot of other countries, except the grown folks and the people who are just into it. But the average person living here can tell you the chassis codes off the rip.
That's true.
Natural instinct. It's part of our culture.
People never really care about the actual name no more.
No. It's just part of the culture.
Nobody say a card. Nobody but even say civic.
No, because when they when they tell somebody, yo, I want a card.
What card?
You gotta be specific.
What card
you know what I mean? Is it a CL9? Is it a CL7? Is it a CL1? Is it a CF4 chassis? It's a CU9, CU2. You know what I mean? They just start. Same with Altiza, you have a GXC 10, 1 6 cylinder, you have a SXC 10, 4 cylinder. You know what I mean? And
true.
They just started go on.
And they extend even beyond the chassis number because thereafter, when they're done from the chassis, man, I'm going to say, what engine you got? No, you know every engine got, select the engine, got the chassis got a number, you got an engine number too.
I mean.
So let me ask you a question, Cody. As it pertains to last year, what are you expecting to see different compared to last year, Little Tokyo?
So, here, let me break it down nice and easy. Last year, it was just the meet. It was the second one since we took a break. In 2022, we had a full force, everybody set up, everybody. So, 2022 was actually the year for outbreak in terms of fresh craft to your eyes. 2023 was more like a touch-up year. Like, all right, I already bust fresh. Just a touch-up. You only saw maybe like 1 or 2. So that's 2 years of no competition. So 2024, with the addition of competition, challenging them to do something different. Challenge the people who want to compete. Let me make that very clear, because not everybody is into that. That's why we kept it as a meet. I like to reiterate that. But the people who want to compete, like, of course we read the comments.
Yeah,
everybody does. As a promoter, you read the comments, the feedback. You whether it's from the street or corporate level, you get the feedback. One of the feedback was the people who are into competition, they do a lot, but they would say there are no classes for me, no prizes to be won, etc., etc. And they want to compete. So most of the times we've challenged or encouraged people to host car shows because we would love to keep the car meet as a car meet. However, nobody wanted to host car shows. So this year, we don't want the complaints to fall on deaf ears. We're just going to open an avenue for the people that want to compete. Hence the car show section.
But my question to you, because granted, I mean, you left it open for others to take a shot at it. I mean, I think they probably are looking at it as, for them, they don't have a brand as big as Antigua Streets that can draw out people to actually. Antigua Streets is an incredible brand, bro. So if you say Antigua Streets to put on a car meet, expect people to be like, all right, we know Antigua Streets for carry this level of credibility. We're going to put out ourselves because we expect the prizes that could be there. We've seen what they've done in the past, yada, yada, yada. My thing is, what was the epiphany for you to be like, okay, this can be an every year event? Because again, spraying car, to get a car ready for a car meet,
$1 of dollars.
Not cheap.
No.
And to see every single year, you have a minimum of at least almost maybe 150 cars are put out and say, and I say minimum as crew, so it could be more.
Yeah, easy.
Put out themselves just to get their car ready on an annual basis for something like Little Tokyo. What sparked you to be like, okay, this can be an annual thing? Because for me, every year I've been going from since 2022.
Probably, yeah, 2022.
To know. And to see every single, as in from the displacement standpoint, you know, before we used to, to see every year that amount of cars still show up, it's still like, for me personally, and not just show up and show out, it's still like, it's hard for me for fun because I put all the money in a car just for, you understand? Goes back to what you said with the three layers of
three type of people.
Right. But how, like, clearly you did your research, but at what point did you be like, okay, this can be a thing?
Always remember. This is our culture.
Oh, I really want to give people, you know,
it's really our culture.
There was a car show racing me always did.
What Antigua Street is doing is basically picking up something that was left off. Because we are is a hub. Just a hub, nothing else. Because the funny thing is, the real reason why Antigua Streets was created was only to capture and put out content, not create something for you like a car show or drag racing. It was never about that. The dream was to have a magazine. The dream was to have a magazine that you could flip through.
You kind of show age with that dream in the magazine.
You know what I mean? Because now, guess what? Print media basically almost dead.
I know, right?
And the dream was to do exactly that. Now, in 2010, I was able to write an article in the Honda Tuning magazine in 2010. So I think we're the only island that has ever been featured, like a full spread. What Adley Honda Day was featured in the Honda Tuning magazine in 2010. Shout out to Torres Joseph and Randy Candy and Bertram as well. And just to see, I was this close to the dream. See, opening the page, 456,000 copies, and you're going to read Carson Thomas, and written by Carson Thomas of Antigua Streets.
Yeah.
That just felt like, we need this magazine, the actual hard copy magazine. I always say if we ever printed one single, just the premier copy, the premier edition to the magazine, the Antigua Streets magazine, one from flashbacks from the past all the way to present day, covering different events, especially Tuna Bash Antigua Streets, Honda Day, Toyota Day, Little Tokyo, the all motor shootout, street wars before it was passed on to Brandon. Content for days.
Yeah.
In a nice thick magazine. And I guarantee you, even though print media is dead, I guarantee you, if we ever printed that magazine,
all will be sold.
All gone and glass case put up for your great grandchildren to know. This brand, this lifestyle that your parents, that your cousins, this and that, them man live through an era that just unexplainable unless you flip through these pages to even grasp just how incredible this era. It's just been incredible. That's the point blank. And
not to digress, although I feel like we might be doing a little bit, but I want to stick on that point because while it is, you say it was the dream, I want to challenge that's a reality that should happen.
It could be. It could happen. You know what I mean?
I think that's something that Antigua needs. You remember when man used to every house used to have a little bit of paradise?
No, but Yo,
every house need for an Antigua.
Do you guys realize facts? Big facts.
You know our contribution. You know our contribution to the article.
You know what I mean?
Magazine,
Yeah.
But what you were saying, Cody, you were saying.
Do you realize that the magazine just having one? Because when we print one, there's no more now.
That's it.
That is the thing now. The aim is to print one single. Maybe on the 2026 year God spare, we print a one magazine, the 20 year, that you know what I mean? That's special, that issue.
Yeah, there's on 200 limited edition copies, 200 copies limited
edition.
I bet you make sure the whole Antigua Street sign, you know?
Yo, me tell you, man, like, again, back to the original question.
Yeah.
The epiphany, how you come up with that. That is our culture.
It's organic.
It's literally, we went to school arguing about Honda, Toyota, Mitsubishi, Nissan. Like growing up, you could tell, even as adults, you could tell like who was die hard this and die hard that. Paddy is a die hard Mitsubishi man.
True. I know.
Right? You went to AGS. I could tell you Paddy is a die.
I know.
Let's use Bishop. Bishop is a die-hard Honda man.
Yeah.
From anybody that went to Alsay in secondary can tell you. Bishop is a die-hard Honda. So Bishop is what? 40 years old today? Yeah. I'm giving you something from when Bishop back was 16, 17 years old. And he's 40 today. And you live to see the man is legit a die-hard Honda man.
Nah, Bishop need to give up the age, man.
I mean, a lot of people run that like in Antigua, you know. Think Chris that's and die-hard Toyota.
Chris Shirley actually bust on the scene in an EF Civic.
Yeah.
A EF.
True.
Honda Civic, a white one with no lights. Yep. He ended up being a die-hard Toyota man, but is a Honda bossy on the track.
Yeah.
Yep.
Enough respect to a lot of them fellas. Yeah.
Killer.
Yeah.
Die-hard Toyota man.
However,
but they run around the place now.
Killer is a killer.
Yeah.
Just to tell you this.
No joke, no, because all the man fleets in them are Toyota.
The man is a Toyota. Killer is a Toyota man with a turbocharged EP3.
Boy, raise the EP.
You understand? I like we could do this all day, and this is just from memory from school days. And again,
true.
Killer is mid-30s, so
yeah.
The again. So, in the culture, in you, it is literally in you.
Facts. Let me ask you another question though. The balance, because for the last few years I've been going to Little Tokyo, it always had the balance of, you know, the kids, the DJ, and the bikini aspect of it.
Yeah, it's
the cars are the main stage, but the bikini, the music. Because if you notice, for me, going to Little Tokyo, it started with the cars, you know. The kids in there go around and carry on the kids in them, show them the cars, you know, introduce them. Yeah. Who's not introduced, who are just beginners in the car who want to go to see a certain car, you carry on the kids. Then, you know, you put them in a little play area, then the bigger heads in them go around. Make sure they touch base with the cars that, you know, the dream cars, the cars that they love to see, the car that they rate the most. Then after you don't see the ladies and then come out, because you don't need to go walk with your girl as well too, to get the bikini and so on. And then you don't know, the top off the night with, you know, the King Warrior, the Venomous, you know, the sound. They go with the sounds and then Wally
same with the two-step has gotten extremely popular.
True.
Over the years.
True.
That's true.
Man look forward to that two-step.
Almost like Moses part to see when one start and then the next one start.
Yeah.
Like, pop, 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 and you just see the crowd just, and then hear, pop, 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 and you it's it tall.
So this is a question. Is it always been, just like how you said, the epiphany came because, again, it was the culture. Is this, all these sections are a part of the culture, or is it a case that you, over the years, you found
so, like, with traveling and stuff, like, as I've traveled and the interest is really cars, you know what I mean? Cars, bikes, whatever, automobiles in general. Seeing different shows and trying to see what works in Antigua, because not everything you see everywhere you go works in Antigua. So we try our best to see what we could implement. Like, eventually we want to implement the low car limbo. where you use the foam so that it doesn't scratch the car, and you would have two lovely ladies holding it, and if you could make it pass, and you keep dropping until the lowest car, that's the person who wins. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a very vivid memory for me. I can't remember what year that was, but I remember the judges thought when there was the lowest car competition.
Yes.
And we thought it was over until the 350Z.
Until the 350Z do like this. And slam to the ground. Nigel.
Yes, Nigel. You still race up crabs, yeah.
You still race it?
Yeah. We run at Nigel every now and then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nigel has a very nice 350Z. They had a Dulac body kit on it.
Yeah. Chameleon
green at the time, but he had changed over the paint scheme. Yeah. Not bad.
But I mean, not to take for you saying, I mean, some of these things that we pull from other cultures, make a big difference because it's things that people probably wouldn't get to experience otherwise, but they can relate to.
Yeah. Definitely.
And can participate in everybody. And at the end of the day, while it is the real thing about the car culture, is for people to feel good.
That's it. Feel at home, feel good, feel comfortable.
Have a good time.
Just chill. You ever see them memes that say, guys could just sit at this like this and just enjoy being there? That's literally Little Tokyo, hands down for you. Yeah. We literally could just stand up right there. Even watch just to watch the transformation of the parking lot from start to finish.
So we gonna have regular popcorns, hot dogs, hamburgers,
everything,
chickens,
everything. Whether it's pizza, we have a food,
party.
We have a vendor station.
Yeah,
an entire vendor station. Heineken is a sponsor.
Nice.
Which means Andrew is a sponsor.
Correct.
And so
we
have everything.
The soup and the goat water. And
we have everything covered when it comes to like vendors and drinks, food, etc.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Andrew Hoses, man. That was the good things over there.
Yeah, man. And of course, this year, this is a new aspect of Little Tokyo. You're able to get deals at Little Tokyo.
Come again. You have explained to the people what you mean by deals.
So, listen, if you are ever in the market for a new vehicle, Little Tokyo will now be the go-to event. I'll tell you why I say this.
Yeah, I'll come here like ABSD weekend.
I'll tell you why I say this. I will tell you why I say this. You see how difficult it is to get a lunch break and to go test out your favorite vehicle.
True.
You still have your child to pick up. You can't get that time.
Feel like we're welcome.
You know what I mean? So guess what? You're at Little Tokyo. The dealership is at Little Tokyo.
Nice.
Hani Motors is right there with a full selection for you. All their sales rep right there to help you. Hadid Motors is right there on the other side.
On the other side?
Hadid Motors. Hani Motors has paid with Automotive Art.
Nice.
Right there, so you're able to do a combo with your shopping.
So right now, I can decide more I go on Benz way, or more I go on
correct
BMW way.
I want to go on BYD.
I want to be electric.
Facts.
No, you have Hadid Motors has paid with Auto Craze on the other side.
Oh,
all right. So,
nice.
So Hani Motors with Automotive Art.
Hadid with Auto Craze. That doesn't stop you, the buyer, from mix and match. You just have the option.
You have all the options.
All right.
You can tint one time. You sort you.
We have first.
One nice little rims on your car. We sort you.
We have First Caribbean Bank on hand.
Okay, no, Cody, you overdo no man.
So wait. So you tell me, come Little Tokyo. I'm see the car I want. I can go on and get a loan for buy the car.
So
and the rims.
Wait, hold on.
And the little skirtings.
You realize there is the insurance company, the bank, the dealership. No, I was getting to that. I just wanted you to know.
Let me hear.
I just wanted you to know. It's a complete one-stop shop. Big shout out to Caribbean Alliance, by the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a complete one-stop shop.
Shout out Mikey and the whole team over.
Mikey and the whole team.
Facts, yeah.
Complete one-stop shop. You show up, the option is there. You have ACB, you have First Caribbean, you have Hani Motors, you have Hadid, you have Autograde.
You see how Cody so cold? Because Cody, make sure you get 2 bags, 2 car dealership.
Yeah, all the options. So
2 car accessory places.
So you bring High Street over Pan Old Pan Road and Factory
We're
Road.
moving you out of St. John's and we're bringing you at the stadium to do your shopping in peace.
So here funny. If you go up there and you see a car your car that you want, and you see any car color or scheme that's on display on the mate.
Everything.
Right,
you walk over and say, ACB, tell me. What you do for me?
Forget a car.
And say, hey, CUB. CUB was at the bank.
First Caribbean.
First Caribbean say, hey.
Yeah, ACB, First Caribbean.
First Caribbean say, hey, what are we doing? And you make a choice.
As long as you qualify, there you go. Sit down, have a seat with the sponsors. Talk to the sponsors. And that is the way we're going to move. Like as you get older and keep doing stuff, you have to adjust accordingly. Yeah. And there's no denying that there's a thirst for newer vehicles right now.
Yes.
And the dealerships, God bless them, the dealerships, the companies that for accessories, the insurance companies, the banks, they're all on board to get you in a position and supporting the culture at the same time.
Yeah.
You can't deny the fact that they want to support the culture and keep it moving in the right direction. And this is the place to be. Get out of there. Take your Sunday, that Sunday break you have after you done do your wash and your little cleanup and so on. Now you're at peace. You don't have this traffic jam to deal with and your lunch hour break to run back to. Go and just have a seat. Nice little lounge area.
So imagine
have a talk with them.
Here you can have little talk so nice, right? You can have a family day and buy a car at the same time.
Family day, buy a car at the same time. you
Hey, best place to have family day now because now you go walk with the whole entire family, and if you have to get a car that can seat the whole entire family,
I know, right?
You realize just how wide and vast the little Tokyo has with the options for the entire family. The bounce castle, which we call the kids zone, there are multiple bounce castles where the kids can go and play.
I want to apologize for not being able to offer the kids anything anymore, but we in what used to be the kids zone.
Yes, this used to be the kids zone. I remember, sharing some licks a long time ago right here.
And if I explain what I thought when you said this is big kids zone. This
No.
The Gran Turismo.
The Gran Turismo, where gamers came to trash it out.
Now, when we say gamers, we mean
sim racers,
young
potential
sim racers, potential.
Only car racing used to happen in here.
That is true.
Then the first place I come and see a big man feel good, they put blow up on the little. Park about the car racing. Pause, yeah, that big pause. No diddy. I make sure that the man, But I mean, Little Tokyo.
It's a complete family package, isn't it?
Complete. Like when you really sit and think about it, whether you're like saying, hey, I'm very mature. Yeah. You're not too mature for Little Tokyo.
Facts.
There are certain family decisions you can make right there at Little Tokyo.
I know.
When it comes to the automotive.
When it comes to the automotive aspect.
That's so true.
Gates open at what time?
The gates open usually at 12.
Okay then.
The gates are open usually at 12. But for like people bringing up their vehicles to park early and stuff, which I believe this time around people are going to be parking a lot earlier than usual. Correct. Because we don't want anybody having the judges using flashlight to see their vehicles.
Yeah.
Nobody judge car shows at night.
Facts.
Car shows cannot be judged at night. Why we tried to implement the car show aspect as well when we were handling the comment section and so on and making sure we get everything covered. We've had people who would show up maybe like 8 o'clock in the night.
Yeah.
and then the very next day on the media, they might be like, hey, didn't even win anything.
How you gonna win when at 6 o'clock you still above your car?
It's tough. I mean, the effort is remarkable. Yeah, true. Like the effort is remarkable. You put a lot of man hours, woman hours into your transport to make it to the event. But the very thing you don't want to do is bash not winning anything when you came at a time where you would have literally wouldn't even be participating. So 12 o'clock, gates open, but 1 p.m. to 5 p.m., the judges have their score sheets walking around and somebody has to be there to answer the questions. Why you have to have somebody there to answer the questions? Just in case you did anything that is not visible to the judge's eye. That person is able to say, hey, this car came with Ricaros, I changed them to Bride. This car had a 1.5 D16, put in a BCR. This car had whatever, I put in a 1JZ, or I put in a RB26, or I put, you know what I mean?
Right.
Whatever changes, whatever modifications you did, you should have somebody knowledgeable, if not you, there on hand to speak with the judges. Now, the car meet section still operates the same way. Just pull up, drive through, as long as that car can represent you well. The reason why we say this and not an invitation, you don't want to, if we were to have an invitational meet, we would technically always invite some of the same people all the time.
True.
You know what I mean? When it's wide open like that, and the onus is on you, because always remember, it's the people who critique the most. They would be like, yo, I'm going to go to Tokyo and I don't really see nothing like that. I see too old car, whatever. Look, people are going to bash you. Like, you know what I mean? So if that vehicle that you're pulling up with can represent you, because your vehicle is a representation of you. It's a representation of your village, a representation of your crew.
Yeah.
You understand? If that is the representation you want to leave on the world, pull up. You know what I mean? But if you're going to be pulling up with the wheelhouse dirty, you know what I mean?
But you know what I've noticed over the years of living in Tokyo? You know, you can see trends from the years past coming on to the previous years. Because before it used to be, like, I think from the earliest Little Tokyo I can remember, it used to be Starlet.
Yes, as times have changed.
And Corolla. And then it moved from that to Alteza.
Yeah.
And then from Alteza to CL.
Ronex. The Ronex era.
And then from Ronex to CL9. Well, no, the CL7 first and then the 9.
Yeah, the one chassis.
Yeah.
So
and then from there now, it moved from there now to the IS and them now. The
IS.
Yeah.
And
right now, the Fit and
the Fit and the Vits, the GS.
But I feel like the next era that are coming in the Gazoo racing.
The Gazoo? We're living in the Gazoo racing right now.
What that? Explain. We lost.
Well, Gazoo took over the TRD branch. So they know officially what Toyota Racing Development was.
Oh, okay.
So Gazoo Racing is now that.
The only error I've never seen is the step wagon and Nova bus.
That came as well. But remember, we also took a break.
Oh yeah.
COVID. So the Noah era was back in 2000, and I'll tell you right now, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015. When I was out of the country, 2016, you had the Noahs and so on stepping up big time.
Yeah.
And so when the steppies, we'll call them steppies, but the step wagon and the spaders, when they started to be imported in that big, large amount, there were no events really for them at the time. I said that to say this. I'm just kind of excited to see what the trend would be this year. If it could still be like Vits, Fit, because
we haven't come out of that phase yet.
Because we're so close to last year. The era is still within the same.
Yeah.
So last year we may not have had as much of the new body GS models, Honda Vits, Toyota Vits, sorry. Yeah. So now with all the imports and so on, you would have had a lot more of those, and they're affordable. So that's why you'll see a lot more of those type of vehicles compared to we're not able to, like our 2010, 2009, 2011 events where you would have a line of MR2s, a line of BZRs.
That's true. The MR2,
you know what I mean?
That's true. The MR2.
Like you just won't be seeing that anymore. That's not something like nobody. Banks are not gonna give you $50,000-$60,000 to you to import a 1997 MR2, and you could get a 2016 Toyota Vitz. You know what I mean?
Shout out my boy Olivier.
Yeah.
From what you call it? Helter Skelter.
Helter Skelter.
Yeah. You still have the white.
The white MR2.
Yeah, decent.
Still
good condition.
It's clean.
Yeah.
So we spoke about Kid Zone. We spoke about the car show and the meet.
DJ competition.
That's what that's what I'm just gonna get into. Like,
talk about that.
Gorilla Sound, you have Venomous,
Well, the DJ competition is different because those persons you mentioned, they're all just juggling at different intervals.
Okay.
That's just to keep some music in your ear throughout.
But at the end of the day, coming down to the closing, that they can turn into the big thing.
Yes, during the closing, I really find that it does get really exciting. But there's actually a DJ competition which a few DJs over the period of time that have been really popular in today.
Yeah.
One
out of that,
has won.
DJ Quest won.
Yeah. Yes, that's correct.
And look at DJ Quest went on to go to Red. You're pioneering this industry now.
Natural. No, couple real good things came out of Antigua Streets. Facts. You know what I mean?
So who part of the DJ competition?
So the DJ lineup, shout out King Warrior.
Gorilla Sound.
It's so weird, right?
Yeah.
King Warrior has actually been on our DJ lineup since 2006.
Every year, consistent.
Well, as we are having events, King Warrior has been on the lineup since 2006, since the very first Antigua Streets event.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a real OGs here.
Yeah, boy. Big shout out to Wally.
Yeah, of course. One of the best in Antigua.
Yo.
Completely underrated, bro. No, listen. I one of the most underrated DJ.
I'm not sure if this is the platform to give a big shout out to Josh.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because all our way one really. True. Big up Josh because R&B are my thing.
Yeah. Shout out.
You understand? So big shout out to Josh.
I was there.
I may tell you, DJ Wally.
No, I'm classic man. Wally and
DJ Wally is R&B.
He wasn't there.
No, he wasn't on the lineup. But DJ Wally is R&B.
That's one of the feedbacks that I think Josh should take into consideration as well from that event. A lot of persons were saying that on social media. If DJ Wally...
The next day, on a Flavor FM,
the boss
DJ Wally brought down the radio station.
With some real R&B, bro.
Yeah, so big shout out to DJ Wally.
One of the most underrated DJs in Antigua for
vibes.
DJ Quest needs zero intro.
Yeah.
But none of the DJs on the lineup need any intro now. To be honest now.
Quest coming like
Quest
Warrior for them place.
You know what I mean? Quest is doing very well for himself, and big shout out to DJ Quest. Yeah. DJ Blaze also won the competition. Who is now he run the radio station like a champion. Yeah. You know what I mean? We discovered DJ Blaze right out the same DJ competition. So he's now the host of the DJ competition.
Nice.
Yep.
Big respect.
And then, of course, we have Venomous Sound. Cannabis has his birthday party on the same day. Cannabis has also been with us for a really long time. And, due to the change of schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah. We would have also had Cannabis with us.
But let's be clear, that's with the after party then also.
Yeah.
For sure.
Pretty much. So, good vibes all around. Small island, but there's one love all around.
True.
Yeah.
True.
One love.
True.
And so from there then, I'll go into that, but I think we need to give some of the sponsors some
creds.
Yeah, man.
My touch on everybody. You know what I mean? Like a little bit pause, but
Oh, you're talking about
when we were mentioning the DJs, but we skipped over Venomous because.
Oh yeah, no, I said the people song.
We said the people song, but we still have to like.
No, tell me.
We still have to big them up still because.
I want the biggest song Antigua.
Venomous will do very well for themselves actually. Fox. You know what I mean?
They're everywhere actually.
Yeah, so they're doing very well. Big shout out to Venomous. Happy to have them on board this year.
Most requested song Antigua right now.
Yeah, happy to have them on board this year. Looking forward to see how they play.
Big facts.
Our sound system is courtesy of DJ Biggie. So that's Elite Sound System. So you have to big up Elite. He's been with us a while. Yeah.
Sound system is sound good.
Sound system always sound pretty good. We only use 2 sound systems that I know of. Elite or Rample.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Young Jugglers.
Young Jugglers. So
every time, Rample, big up yourself.
If we have a choice, it's only gonna be one of the two.
Facts. That's the family right there.
Yeah. So let me touch on some sponsors here. Of course, you can't. We're gonna go back over our dealerships.
Yeah.
We have Hani Motors. We have Hadid Motors.
Big bad motors.
We have Heineken and Climax.
Nice.
We have Automotive Art.
Of course.
We have Sign Pro.
Nice.
Actually coming back on board.
Oh yeah.
Because initially when Antigua Streets went solo and started hosting events, Sign Pro is the one who came on board and allowed us to have trophies, banners, flyers, decals, etc.
But I won't believe they start this trend now.
The sticker.
Antigua, but that's what we just about.
That sticker
trend.
trend.
You can't be Antigua Street start the side trend. Yo, at one point, no. Sign Pro and everything.
I'll clean out. I'm that Sign Pro sticker end up on the same hand.
We just have a knock at the Vin Diesel.
I say you get Antigua Street again.
Yeah.
Yo, Sign Pro
was able to do that because they had the avenue to do it. Sign Pro sponsored the largest car meets in the country.
True.
And right then and there, as you're preparing to go to the event, Sign Pro. So some of the nicest piece of trophy equipment and so on that you can come from Sign Pro. We're happy to have them on board once again.
Nice.
And then we have ACB. Big shout out to them coming on board. You don't want to be there shopping for cars and don't know how you're going to pay for it. You know what I mean? So we have ACB. We also have Auto Craze. We have Ready Cash from Quartz. We have AKT Motorcycles. We have Andrew Insurance. We have CG United. We have First Caribbean.
Wait, so you have Andrew Wholesale and you have Andrew Insurance?
Yeah.
Andrew need to be a platinum part.
We have Caribbean Alliance Insurance.
Nice.
We have FDC.
Oh.
Because of course, if Hadid is there, FDC is on board, Finance and Development.
That's true.
They have their own institution.
All the options, boy.
You have all the options to your advantage.
Something wrong with you, boy.
Exactly. Now we have Faster Freight on board because in this car game, you cannot survive without the freight companies.
That's true.
Wait, hold on.
I always need parts.
I understand the Faster Freight part, but they bring in cars too?
I'm not sure if they bring in cars.
They're bringing the parts in them.
Bringing the parts.
Okay, cool.
The Faster Freight, whether you're shopping online, whatever, Faster Freight is on board. Kess is on board.
Of course, the big bad Kess. Shout out to them as well.
No strangers to the freight business.
No, as partner.
Yeah. Thank God for both of them. Because, Little Tokyo is dead in the water without them, to be honest.
Yo, we're going to bring it all something.
Like,
they need to get it on time.
We have the beachwear, Lavia. They're responsible for the bikini competition.
Oh, nice.
They produce some of the finest swimwears that you could find here locally in Antigua and Barbuda. Check them out. Check them out.
Yes, the swimwear, and they provide the lovely models to go with the swimwear as well, so you can see how they're looking as well to a Little Tokyo. So that's a staple in Little Tokyo.
You definitely want to give a big shout out, and make sure you remember this: the Buccaneer Beach Club.
My name sounds familiar.
Yeah, Buccaneer Beach Club, place to stay. Nice, cool, chill. environment. That's Dickinson Bay.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So.
Nice. Okay,
Yeah. So.
Okay, cool.
Definitely.
Buccaneer Beach Club, of course.
Yeah. I think we pretty much covered.
Cody, let me ask you a question. How you get in contact? And again, you name Cody, no? So that was a stupid question. My apologies, my brother.
Actually, this is where you get different. Dinell is in charge of sponsorship. So when you really like boil it right down, when they say Antigua Streets, they think me because me chat the most.
Shout out to Dinell for sure.
Chat the most. Me who you got always come in contact. Anytime if a cuss, I'm me Cody who you will cuss, really. But Antigua Streets do run like a well-oiled machine when everybody play a part.
Yeah, shout out the team, man. Shout out the team.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Shout out Anton. Shout out Dinell.
True, that's facts. Anton.
Remember now.
Sometimes like that's the thing. No, we always look at Cody, Dinell. Cody, completely.
But me know because me now just liaise with the fellas.
But Anton do run in the background. Yeah. But I always remember now, Antigua Streets only work because of the people now. Because technically, me have one wide array of videos, content, but me will never be there actually filming it. It came to me by the public.
But you know what's so crazy? That Antigua car culture is still the same now, because right now we're in an era where everybody just wants to like get the most viral moment, right? So everybody wants to just like take the video and post them on their status, right? But when it comes to car culture,
it will still come, right? So technically, Antigua Streets is really and true. No, not a cult, but
not in a negative connotation.
But Antigua Streets is still really just the people.
No, it's really
the people.
True culture,
the true culture, just the people. The one thing we can do tell you, as when you go good, Antigua Streets everybody. When you go bad, I just me alone. Just me alone. Me get all the cussing, all the word, everything.
Hey, part of the game, bro.
Yeah, but you know, over the years, you build up the little immune.
You know what school you used to go?
The finest of the finest.
I can't say nothing but yourself there.
Nothing.
What about the merch, Cody? What merch I got for
Little Tokyo? For Little Tokyo,
let's get some real good merch.
So for Little Tokyo, we have the Antigua Streets and the Little Tokyo merch.
This is a merch I can get.
You know, it's so weird, right?
Exclusive.
This is not even exclusive, no. It was cold one day, and I had this as a blank hoodie, right? And I had a Jordan 5 with this same color, but it had this in it. And before I left where I was to travel, I said, you know what? Let them just print on it to see if I like it. And the hoodie's sick. Yo, but I don't know why we never sold.
When the boss come here, look, we see the boss pull out the merch. It's like, wow, we get to hoodie.
Yo, I don't know why we never sold Little Tokyo hoodies.
Yo, the merch.
But the Little Tokyo. So, but why I can tell you, before I leave, you can just, let me know. Well, I look like I wear small and medium. Yeah, and you wear small.
Depend on the cut, but yeah.
Right? You check? Yeah, let me tell you. So,
fashionista depend on the cut.
So, realistically, November is when we bring the hoodies back.
Yeah.
Because legendary drags and so on.
Right.
So the hoodies are always there.
But this is one thing I want to ask you though. Why isn't it the merch on all year round merch? Why we have to wait until Little Tokyo and these special events?
It's so weird.
Because I feel like I'm supposed to can just go anywhere and just cop one.
To be honest, you're right. You're right. We need to move away from the, maybe I think nobody could just, but
trust me.
They sell.
Me can wear Little Tokyo merch go with rhythms.
They sell. Yo, two rhythms though. You realize I had on a Pontiac Firebird shirt. I can't, man. That's all. I mean, well dressed. For me, Firebird shirt match for me New Balance 9060. I mean, in the dance, me good.
As I go somewhere, look, as I ban for a Mercedes shirt with
Mercedes shoes.
Mercedes shoes. I was like, bro, you can't get no more Mercedes than this, bro.
I'm well dressed though.
Yeah.
And clean too. Nah, but because big man, because when I went to Rhythms, I just had on like a plain black shirt. And little Tokyo could cause a shirt, because they're nice.
Yeah, you're right.
Merch, so you need
merch. We need more merch.
Too, and we go a lot of in the Caribbean.
We definitely need more merch. I've been to different Caribbean islands just because of drag racing mostly, and they request merch. People ask for it.
Yeah. You need to. So, when you move around, you need for at least.
Big shout out to everybody who are living abroad, whether you're Antigua and Barbuda or not, that have like messaged the page and say, "Yo, we want to support." You know what I mean? So big shout out to everybody, because I've sent packages for people, Japan, England, Puerto Rico, etc. You know what I mean? Just Canada. Well, a lot to Canada. We have a lot of Antiguans living in Canada. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either until, it's expected, but I didn't really know, you know what I mean?
Facts.
Yeah.
So, Cody, again, Little Tokyo.
October 20th, this Sunday, rain or shine. We just
know about the rain thing. We know
extra tents.
Because no rain will come Sunday.
That's the vibe. That's the feeling.
No rain will come Sunday.
All clean.
All machine clean. Big shout out to one of my biggest inspirations from back then, when we couldn't left the yard and the boss say, "Hey, he's safe. Me walk with you."
Who, your pops?
No, this one a boss man named Marvin.
Fox.
The boss have a Toyota Vitz with a Mitsubishi Evo 4G63 swap in it, turbo front wheel drive. And me tell you, nasty. Should be in Antigua streets boot, the merch boot.
I don't have a problem with Vitz on the road already, Cody.
Yeah, but
with that kind of power in a Vitz, you hardly need it to win.
Well, you say that kind of power, but Binny Vitz have probably 600 horsepower by now.
Madness.
The yellow one.
Madness.
The next one from Metro. For Willie D. That's another almost 500 horsepower Vitz right there.
Madness.
Like
crazy.
Like is you know what I mean?
She madness, bro.
And that's just the performance side of Little Tokyo.
And that's coming up after.
You know what I mean? That's Legendary Drags, November 16th and 17th.
Show it out.
Yeah, of course.
Because again, busy couple months for
yeah, again, as we would say, is car season.
Yeah.
That Street Wars kicking off October 6th. Little Tokyo coming up.
Yeah.
Legendary Drags coming up. We moved to Jamaica.
Street Wars just happened?
Yeah, October 6th.
Right.
Yeah.
A video from Street Wars? No. When the last car race me down, Mingo? Street Cup.
Street that. The middle.
That's your
Street Cup.
Yeah.
Right.
I have
I miss Street Wars.
I have a big surprise to the Underground Street Cup, January 19th. Big. That gonna change the game.
We listen.
The entire game.
Okay. Get to the surprise.
And again, it closes up on the hinge.
There's a big.
Are you gonna revisit again?
No, there's a big name coming to Antigua for the Street Cup, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, first time in the Caribbean.
Ever come in car too?
No, you don't need to come in the car, man.
Louis Hamilton.
But me tell you, right? Again.
Michael Schumacher.
Crazy.
And
the ground Street Cup gone nasty.
Cool.
Nasty.
When the person come out, get a chance to interview.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
Okay, straight.
Yeah.
Live and direct.
People have to wait for that one day. What the hell and wait for
me? A very popular influencer, over 100K followers, etc. But
you supposed to know.
In the car game, heavy.
If Cody not drop, me not drop it.
No, man. But one thing we can tell you, January 19th, as soon as we're done with the...
Okay, let me ask you, where the location?
As soon as we're done with Little Tokyo...
British?
And Legendary Drags. Trust me. Full
soon as you know you hammer your turkey, get ready.
Full force.
Get ready.
January 19th.
Nice.
Let me tell you.
But first...
We have to pass.
Little Tokyo to do it.
We have to get Little Tokyo going and done correctly, done properly. Fast. Registration...
Okay.
We have people registering, $50 to register if you're taking part in the car show section.
And the deadline for registration?
The deadline for registration is this Friday. So we have trucks, SUVs, motorbikes. We have a hot hatch class that's just for the hatchbacks entirely. We have the sedan class. We have the VIP, that luxury class. Yeah. So we don't want to put like a 4-door Civic with a 5 Series BMW or IS 350 Lexus. You know what I mean? People always tend to like, Civic can place over my Lexus. You know what I mean? You're just trying to eliminate some of the arguments and stuff.
True.
Give them separate classes. And also, I'm explaining this in detail because, again, we're not going to do this forever. So the more we're able to explain it, people who are coming up, they're able to like understand, listen, and implement it. Because of course we want more promoters, people in this field.
That's true.
Because again, our job is to cover it, not to host everything.
Yeah.
So
you're saying this little Tokyo should be the little Tokyo where you find the balance, and
this little Tokyo has the balance. Right. This little Tokyo actually has the balance, and judging on who has reached out and say, "Yo, I'm preparing, I'm getting ready and stuff like that," it definitely has a balance. Like you could see.
I can tell you, it feel like, because remember when we came out of COVID, everything was amplified, right?
Yeah.
And then the year after COVID, it kind of like simmered down a bit. I feel like the talk on the street for this little Tokyo feel similar to like when we came out of COVID.
Yeah. There's a different vibe to this little Tokyo. Yeah. One thing I don't want to do, I don't want to mix my judges, let them mix and mingle too much before the event. Coming on, no biasness, no nothing. But one of the reasons why we don't have all local judges is because 9 out of 10 times, the person that wins knows one of the judge or two. The island is small.
And if you're going into it with like judging like the paint job, if you just call one garage, you don't know, your expectations are different.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So unpartisan, no bias, nothing.
Shows out the local judges out here. Who are
but the local judge?
Yeah.
He emphasized.
None. Yeah. Marcus Franca.
Nice.
A legend.
Correct.
Now again, racing and car show, I grew up on it.
Yeah.
That's what I love that.
Yeah.
Out of this world. But also can pinpoint the different eras from my time coming up. Marcus Franca pays exceptional attention to detail. Not saying there are no others locally but this is the first time we have had Marcus come out as a judge, and because he's so like keep to himself and stuff like that, you're gonna get the raw truth. And he's a no-nonsense person.
So with that said, you feel like this year are getting a little upset? Like people that they recognize the quality in certain vehicles.
Yes.
Now they understand how it is a particular vehicle if you win certain category.
This year, you're definitely going to find out what a car show is all about. Like, you don't come to the car show and cannot open your doors.
Can want to dust inside there.
You know what I mean? Like when I say that, people like the average person would maybe change a color or get some wheels and low down.
Yeah.
And then you would say kill the game. But a car show requires a lot more than that.
That's true.
Car show requires you to be clean. Car show requires you to make changes. Car show requires you to, in some classes, be creative. You know what I mean? And also requires you to be flawless, or as much as you can be flawless. Your paint job, top notch. Fender, the fender tire gap.
Yeah.
Wheel fitment. Offset. You changing. You don't spray down everything in your engine bay and change it to color. They're actually parts that you could buy to change. So a person who changes stuff usually gets more points than a person who sprays everything factory.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So if I had my chrome Collier intake headers, get my different color wires and so on. Maybe get a catch can. Maybe get an aluminum radiator instead of the black one, or instead of painting it. Right. You know what I mean? All those kind of little tips and tricks, they're different. Maybe using carbon fiber in places where it's just bare plastic, etc. That's different compared to spraying. Not saying spraying your plastic pieces is not being creative. It is. But in most places, changing stuff or adding stuff to your engine bay is more points because it is easily recognizable that you did this much work to your engine bay to enhance it than
right.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
All right. So like we got a full package.
Yeah.
Got the full download, and you got it here at the Displacement Podcast. Everything you need to know.
Everything.
Tokyo.
Literally
2024.
Everything you need to know. Everything.
Just work on the merch, bro.
Yeah, the merch definitely.
Let's tell the honest to God truth. From behind the camera, looking at the production and just seeing that hoodie, they my kind of upset, boss.
What I'd like to do, we're definitely going to be, making our trips around with the sponsors and so forth, bigging them up, highlighting them. And, well, our sponsors don't just get sponsored. They don't just get mentions up to Little Tokyo. Our sponsors go right down throughout the year. So we kind of big up our sponsors all the way through instead of having them just to the event. So look forward to a lot of collabs coming up in the near future with our sponsors, as we hope to keep them on board for a really long time.
Facts.
Yep.
And the Displacement Podcast will be in the building as usual.
Big shout out
for Little Tokyo.
Yep.
So far now you might have to change the name from Little Tokyo to Big Tokyo.
I know.
Because the more the car that they show up,
and the one thing that we always like to say, the real reason why the event is called Little Tokyo. You have some diehard, you have the purebred, the purist. They would say our island is Antigua and Barbuda, or I remember we used to call it Wadadli this or Wadadli that, and then an old guy, I shouldn't say old, but an elder told me that it's not Wadadli. Waladli. Yeah, it's actually, you know what I mean? So every time there's something with the name, there's always some controversy somewhere. Yeah. But the Tokyo, the real reason, it was tourists. Yeah. Tourists who came to the island and were amazed at the fact that 108 square miles literally had one of everything, or at least one of everything.
That's true.
And they said, this little 108 square miles reminds me of a little Tokyo, a small version of Japan. Yeah. And ever since that was said, it was stuck forever. We made it an event. And the people of Antigua and Barbuda made sure that when we made it an event, they made it an event.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So,
nice.
Boom.
And that's a great way of ending this discussion as it pertains to Little Tokyo.
Yep. People, come out, support. Do it big. Little Tokyo 2024. Cody in the building. Mello behind the camera. Oz. And we out.